All right, hello everyone. This is Coach Becca here, owner of Shameless Fitness, Healthy Thriving Moms Movement. And today I'd like to welcome my awesome client, Candy. Thanks for being with us today, Candy. I appreciate it.
Hello.
I would like you to just start off by giving us a brief introduction to you and where you're from. Tell us a little about you.
So I'm just from Cloverdale, and I am a 35-year-old mom of three, and my oldest is 5, and my youngest is 3 months. Um, I'm on maternity leave right now, and I'm nursing or breastfeeding exclusively. So yeah, so that's kind of part of my journey to fitness too, and watching what I'm eating, but still having to be very conscious of the fact that I am making milk.
Yeah, oh, for sure. That definitely does change things a little bit for you as far as nutrition and all that stuff goes, right? Awesome. Well, it has been absolutely amazing to watch your journey over these last 28 days with our challenge. And I really wanted to bring you on because I think you're an absolute inspiration. And I know your story will inspire and help so many other women, especially seeing how much that you've changed in just this 1 month that we've worked together. So let's talk about that first. What is or what are the biggest changes that you've noticed over the last 28 days?
Well, physically, my biggest change was my waist. So, like I said, I'm only 3, 4 months, almost 4 months postpartum, and so obviously, I lost the most inches in just in my waist, which is great. But my bigger problem was, or my bigger thing, my concern was that I was overeating because I was so hungry. But it's just so being part of this challenge really allowed me to really focus on not not starving myself, but eating properly, eating right, and thinking about that every day. Like, okay, I'm part of this challenge, let's make sure I'm committed to it and committed to myself for the month, and then that helps, obviously, is help me be on track.
Yeah, that's great. So, kind of aside, like you've even lost some weight too. So you've had some good numbers come through, and even just this 1 month, and you've been really diligent at making those good choices with your food and those daily habits and stuff. So, aside from just the food and losing some weight, what are some other changes that you've noticed in your day to day life?
Just feeling more maybe in control of my life instead of chaos.
Yeah,
If you start, I don't know, if there's more control in the kitchen, it feels like it kind of leads everywhere else. We're doing lots of the meditating too, which I find can really help me be calm. And yeah, I don't know, maybe more purposeful throughout the day, things to think about, things to plan in some me time, right? That me time that we talked about a lot, the
yeah.
self. So yeah, just trying to be a little bit more purposeful about planning that.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Great job. So it's definitely been amazing to see that these changes have not become because you've been working out just like crazy mad woman, like 2 hours a day in the gym or anything. You have not been starving yourself on a restrictive diet.
No, not
Um,
that's what's the best part about this is that I lost 7 pounds. I lost 10 inches all around. So most of it was focused on my stomach or my tummy area, and not a calorie restrictive diet at all. Um and yeah, the workouts were 30 minutes or
yeah,
less.
yeah.
So not
So
the
kind of
time.
tell me then how that, like right now, you probably have a pretty busy life. You have 3 kids. One of them is, you've got the baby who's probably right by your hip quite often.
Yeah,
So you're pretty busy, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So as a mom then with that busy life, like it wasn't restricting to you, right? Like you felt still a lot of freedom in there.
Yeah, it was getting it in was not for me, it was not too big of a challenge. No, I felt like, as long because it was so purposeful, it was like, okay, this is how I'm going to start my day. I'm going to really watch, like, I don't know, think about what my day is going to look like, and I was always ready to go. So I'd wake up, I get my workout gear on, and then I knew, okay, baby's going to nurse and all these things are going to happen, and as soon as the stars line up, the work happen because I'm ready to go because I've got my gear on, my shoes are on. Like, as soon as
Ready.
he falls asleep or he's done nursing and everything's good and the toddler's good and the bigger kids at school, like as soon as the stars line up, I'm good to go. So
Oh,
it's
that's
very
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome. I love that. So how has this made you feel as a person? How has it changed the way that you look at things?
Oh, I was really proud of myself for being able to be so committed for the 28 days, and just inspired to continue on in this journey. It's not like this is like we've been talking about, it's not a 28-day journey, it is a lifelong journey. Being healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that's very important as a lifelong journey. So that's how yeah, we talked a lot about, I feel like we talked a lot about that, about how this is not it. It's not 28 days and now I'm back to trying to take that shift from 28 days and just continue on, continue
Yeah,
the
exactly. Wow, you hit it. You've hit it spot on. That's what I was hoping you ladies would learn. So now think kind of back to before you joined this challenge. What kind of things were you doing in the past to try and achieve these results?
So obviously over my last year, or almost a full year, I was pregnant. So I was still working out, but just I was just been doing YouTube videos, and so maybe not as purposeful in terms of what I just picked the videos that I wanted to do, not necessarily what, not as purposefully, I guess, like thinking about, oh, today I should be working on this, the next day I should work on this. I just picked kind of what I felt like doing for the day. Other things that I've done is, so I've done YouTube videos, I've had gym memberships, I've done 21-day fix, like I've done lots of different things
Hmm.
past.
So
And
like
stuff.
before you were pregnant and stuff, did you try different diets and other stuff like that ever?
Just 21-day fix. That's the biggest diet I've ever. I had an eating disorder when I was younger, so I'm really cautious about dieting.
Yeah. Oh, good. Not the eating disorder. Sorry, the cautious.
Yeah, once you've had it once, you're like, oh, I don't ever want to go down that rat. That came out of nowhere. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a good thing to be cautious with. Crash diets, they're not successful long-term things
yeah,
anyway. Yeah.
yeah. So definitely, my diet when I had my eating disorder was not, I was not anorexic, but I had like I had like a 1,200 calorie diet that I did for
Mhm.
about a year. I was about 105 pounds. It was,
Mhm.
yeah, and I worked out a lot, and yeah, it was. So now I'm just really cautious that 1,200 calories is not enough to live on.
No.
More than that, that's borderline starvation mode. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, your body, it needs fuel,
needs,
which we talked about. You need that proper fuel for your body to be able to work properly.
yes, yeah, the
Yeah.
proper, yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So, does it seem crazy to go back then and try to do things the way you did before? Just kind of the random video here and there, this kind of thing, stuff you
Yeah,
tried.
a little bit like, I no, it's not going to work like that, quite like that anymore. No, I need to make sure I always have people around me that are committed to the kind of the same goal.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that group, that community, right?
community. Yeah,
So what's been different mostly this time around? Then was it the support, the environment,
yeah.
the
I think
group of the other moms? Like, what was the most difference around this time
I,
around?
I like the daily check-in, that daily check-in of that reminder, like, hey, these are all the things that you have on the go, like that, or that you should be trying to fit in throughout the day, and thinking about throughout the day. You should be working on your mental health with the meditation every day. You should be working out, like trying to get your body moving every day, and then just all day long, just trying to make better choices about what you're eating.
Yeah, for sure. So, and how much do you think the community of other similar moms to you played a role in being different?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. As soon as you have other people that you're connected with, it makes it more real. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like there's other people that you're committed to, not just yourself. So it does always up the ante with your commitment, right? If you do something and you say it just to yourself, you're not committed to anybody else. So the idea that I've verbalized the commitment to other people, like these are the things that I'm committed to for this 28 days,
mhm.
it was very helpful, very useful.
Yeah, awesome. That's great. Now, what advice would you give yourself looking back to before the program, or maybe to somebody who's sitting on the fence themselves, giving it a try?
Well, I was very hesitant to start it just because, I was only at that point, I wasn't even 3 months postpartum yet. And I'm exclusively breastfeeding. So I was like, well, if she wants, I was thinking, if I'm going to do this and you're going to want me on this restricted calorie diet, like, or if you want me to guarantee the results that sometimes when you're breastfeeding, you cannot lose weight as easily. So I didn't know
Mhm.
what my body would do. So once me and you talked, I felt like, oh, okay, no, she's okay with me not being able to be on a super calorie restricted diet. She doesn't want that. And she's, the results are what they are going to be based on how my body reacts to, I don't know, like to the program. So it obviously it reacted, like obviously my body, it worked. The work,
Wow, yeah.
just watching what I was eating without being calorie restrictive it really worked. So I'm glad that I pushed myself forward, even though I had all these excuses why it wasn't the right time for me. I'm really chose to make that commitment to myself.
That's great. That's great. So what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about maybe trying it, but they're not sure?
Give her a go.
Just do it, right? Just jump in.
What do you have to lose?
Exactly.
Like that's not bad. And it wasn't a huge time commitment. Like we're saying, the workouts, 30 minutes, even our daily check-ins, nothing took longer than a couple minutes. And then becoming more purposeful in the kitchen. What are you eating? And then you had some tips, and we talked about different foods that we all were eating at the time. And I enjoyed that too, seeing what everybody else was eating and doing.
Yeah. Yeah. When we had people posting on there some of their meals and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Awesome. Great. Well, Candy, I'm so proud of you and the progress that you made through our challenge. In just the 28 days, you've lost over 7 pounds, right? And probably around 10 or more inches altogether, correct?
And I'm pretty sure this week it just continued. I stepped on the scale later on in the day, and I was like, oh, I think I continued to lose a little bit more. So
awesome. Oh, so good. So even more than the numbers that I have right now. Excellent.
Yeah.
You were so diligent at taking part in those weekly check-ins, the Sunday Facebook Live coaching sessions, and you were the one consistent one in our little group that was at those Wednesday coaching table calls. You did awesome. You worked hard, and it shows. You made good choices, even through the stresses of having a little baby and nursing and 2 other kids. But you were consistent with getting those workouts in every week and trying out those guided meditations, it's hard for people to try new stuff. But you stayed consistent, and you used that daily work form. You kind of started your own journaling, and you got yourself in a good spot every day. That's great.
Yeah.
And let's not forget how much of an encourager you have been with the other ladies in the group. You were on there commenting, liking. You were just kind of there for the other ladies. You did awesome. You're a great team player.
I enjoyed the process.
What's that?
I said I enjoyed the process.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, I'm glad you did. Excellent. I'm so glad that I have had the opportunity to lead you to a better new you and equip you with some of those long-term habits that will help you all throughout your life. So, Candy, I just want to thank you so much for coming on. It has been amazing to have you here. And thanks for sharing your story with us. I'm super excited to see what the next steps forward looks like for you and how you progress. You're a superstar. You did awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach Becca.